Hello, folks. I'm Detroit Miracle. Yes, and indeed. Right now, I am here to have more cool comic book slash film slash story discussion fun. This such topic will be about legendary artist named Ella Fitzgerald. She does have comic book editions out there too, and she has a huge graphic novel edition out there. It's a color print book which shows her in comic book format and style. I've never seen her comic book editions at any comic book stores, but you can ask them to pull up her information, much like with any artist that doesn't have comic books in the stores, but they might have them in backlogs where you can order them and then they'll send them out, or the comic book store can order them and you will pick them up. All right, the great Ella Fitzgerald, much like many other artists, had an early start or early starts, but Ella's was incredibly hard and it came with many struggles. Yep, she endured poverty. She even went to the reform school as a teenager, and she didn't really discover her full calling until she entered the Showtime at the Apollo Theater competition, in which she won that award for. And then her career was born, as we say. She grew up listening to popular artists, mostly jazz and blues, but she could sing pop, R&B, jazz, blues, and swing music, of course. Okay, after her win at the Apollo Theater, she caught the attention of a band leader who had an orchestra band. So he, of course, hired her as the lead vocalist, and they took the world over by storm. They toured, their popularity grew because of Ella Fitzgerald and, of course, the other group members that contributed, of course. And then the lead bandmate that hired her passed away. So then she took the band over and renamed it the Ella Fitzgerald Band. And then she toured tremendously. It is said that she would end up touring thousands of times as the hardest working woman in music. And she would sometimes consistently or many times tour twice in one day. She would do multiple shows in a day, in other words, instead of just doing one show. So over the course of a nearly 60-year career, that amassed thousands of stage appearances, concerts appearances, and etc. She would later appear in films and in TV programs, mostly singing as a popular singer, of course, which helped increase her fame tremendously, I must add. She would go on to record 200 albums consisting of more than 2,000 songs, if you could believe that. So that would make her the hardest working woman, or that would make her the hardest working woman lady in show business slash music, of course. And her awards would pile up in the most plentiful amounts. She won at least 14 Grammys, so she won a lot of other awards, and many of them were more prestigious than Grammy awards, of course. And with that being said, she would go on to sell more than 40 million albums. Yes. And she toured, I believe, all the way up to the time when she got ill. She toured relentlessly. And they named her the Lady of Song, or the Queen of Song, because she was an originator, a pioneering great artist. So let me give you now her power levels in terms of her massive skill sets, abilities, and powers. If I did not already indicate that, I'm going to give you that now. She was a very powerful singer who could mimic horn sounds of different musical instruments. She's a powerful touring artist that compiled records, amounts of shows, of course. She's a great, powerful band leader that has worked with bands and took the whole show over and stood as a star amongst them. She's an individual solo artist that has collaborated with many other great artists, such as Frank Sinatra and more. And finally, she's a powerful trendsetter and legacy in which built a legacy that is eternal, of course, based on her contributions to music, TV, and film. All right, folks, thanks for tuning in. Let me know what you think about this one.